In this week's chapter of One Piece, the epic battle with Big Mom continues, as Luffy and his friends take refuge in Capone's massive Big Father fortress. But it's only a matter of time before they have to leave and take on Big Mom herself, and Germa 66 steps up to the plate. This was an awesome chapter of One Piece right here. I think the real star of this week's chapter, without a doubt, had to be Sanji, who finally stepped up to his father, Judge Vinsmoke, and basically told him outright that I am no longer your son. The Sanji that you remembered died years ago. This is the new Sanji. I love this moment, because Sanji basically exclaims to his original father that Zeph is who he considers his true parent. Basically, if I may quote Yondu from Guardians of the Galaxy 2, he may have been your father, boy, but he ain't yo daddy. This entire scene sent a massive chill down my spine. I love that Sanji decided to stand up for what he believed in, and he impressed his father so much that Judge actually decided that he's not going to get involved with Sanji's life anymore, and they're not even going to go to the oceans that they're going to sail. Basically, he's going to let him be a free man from that point on. That and the fact that he's decided to have his family attack Big Mom personally so that Luffy and the other Straw Hat Pirates can make a quick escape. Because they know that they're outnumbered. Big Mom has her entire army there and her entire family of freaks and geeks, and they're ready to kick all sorts of Straw Hat ass. But they realize that they're going to need some reinforcements, and they even mention a couple of times that since Zoro isn't there, this is going to be an incredibly tough battle. So, reluctantly, Capone has to release his Big Father fortress, and all of our characters are immediately confronted by Big Mom and her family. And Germa 66 steps up, and they start kicking ass Power Rangers style. And it's really awesome. Reiju, unfortunately, does end up getting the freaking bitch smacked out of her, thanks to Big Mom, and all the other characters have to jump in and save the day. In fact, the final panel of this week's chapter was super kick-ass, with both Sanji and Luffy jumping in, using some really powerful attacks to block one of Big Mom's massive freaking moves. It's a really great moment, and this is just going to be another one of those things that's going to solidify that Germa 66 is going to be working alongside Luffy and their crew, and while they might be able to make a quick escape, I honestly don't think it's going to be that easy, and whether they like it or not, they're going to have to do some fighting. So, what's the rundown on this week's chapter of One Piece? A very simple but very satisfying chapter of One Piece. Basically just Big Mom banging on the castle the entire chapter, waiting for them to come out, knowing that it's only inevitable until they are going to be defeated. And Capone is taking all of the damage. Basically, he's the mayor of Strugglesville in this week's chapter. Even his wife, Chiffon, desperately tries to appeal to Big Mom's sense of freaking caring for her very own family, but considering that Chiffon looks identical to Lola, that actually doesn't help the case. In fact, it actually kind of hurts a little. It just makes Big Mom all the more pissed off. I did think it was kind of funny with Nami desperately trying to stop Luffy from actually getting into the battle in this week's chapter, basically just trying to illustrate to him that this is a fruitless battle. There's just no way that we're going to win. Yes, we do have some very powerful people with us, but that's Big Mom. We're on her island with her entire army and her entire family. This is going to be an extreme uphill battle. And while they might actually escape from Big Mom, like I said, there's no way they're getting out of this unscathed. There are going to be some battles to be had, and I'm sure they're going to be very exciting. But even with all of those developments, like I said, I think the coolest part of this chapter to me personally was Sanji basically just standing up for himself, getting his balls back, and telling his dad, you know what? Screw you, I want nothing to do with you anymore, I'm not the same person, I'm not your little soldier anymore, I'm my own man, and I'm gonna do things my way. This combined with them actually saving Germa 66, allowing them to get their raid suits, and him standing up to his father was a really great moment for Sanji. And Sanji honestly never faltered when it came to his father. There was never a moment where he kind of tried to accept that maybe this is the way that I'm gonna have to do things from now on. I'm just gonna have to put up with my family. Ever since the beginning, he's been completely defiant with Judge, whether they're yelling at each other, fighting with each other, and this was a big, defining moment for Sanji right here, and damned if it isn't manly as hell, and totally worth your time, because this was a super fun, awesome chapter of One Piece. I really enjoyed it, and I can't wait to see what the next battle is going to be, because Sanji and Luffy have teamed up against Big Mom, and this might be an opportunity to do something new for the series, because typically in the One Piece series, you have a story arc, which is Luffy and the Straw Hats go to an island, they meet some people with a problem, they solve that problem, Luffy beats up the main bad guy, rinse and repeat. We could see something really different here. The concept of both Sanji and Luffy potentially teaming up with one another to take down someone even bigger than them, I think it would be really great, and also illustrating again that Luffy can't do everything on his own. He needs the help of his friends, as well as some kick-ass dudes who know how to cook and destroy people with their freaking feet. That's where Sanji comes in, and I think it's going to be really awesome. So what more can I say? This was a solid chapter of One Piece with lots of cool action towards the end. Germa 66 coming in. I can't wait to see more of them in action and to see if they actually have some other crazy superpowers that we don't know about quite yet. Remember, they're basically Power Rangers. I'm expecting Zords to show up any minute, and they need something like that to go up against Big Mom. And so, in the wise words of Forrest Gump, well, that's all I have to say about that. Pretty solid chapter right here. I really loved it. I only had some superficial complaints with this chapter, hoping that a little bit more would happen, but that would mean me just nitpicking. Honestly, I thought this was a really solid chapter from a development standpoint for Sanji, as well as just getting to see more of his family in action. It all looked really exciting. So I'm going to give this chapter a 5 out of 5. I thought it was really fun and totally worth a read for all One Piece fans, so make sure to check it out. If any of you guys did read this week's chapter of One Piece, make sure to tell me what you thought about it in the comments section below. What did you think of Sanji getting his balls back in this week's chapter, standing up to his father on top of Manly Mountain? And what's actually going to happen to Germa 66? Are they going to be defeated by Big Mom's crew? Are they going to be able to escape with their lives? Or are they going to be forced to have an epic battle with Big Mom herself? What do you want to see? What are your hopes for the future of this arc and beyond? Thank you guys for watching this review. Make sure to subscribe to the channel for everything One Piece related. That's anime and manga. Yes, I do review the anime series, so I highly recommend you guys check out those reviews. The most recent episode was the epic very first battle between Sanji and Judge Vinsmoke, so make sure to check that out in the link at the very end of this video. And of course, like I said, if you liked this episode or you didn't like this week's chapter, make sure to tell me what you thought about it in the comments section. And hell, if you liked this video, make sure to use your super devil fruit powers to hit that like button. Helps give the video a thumbs up, helps out our views a lot, we'd appreciate it. So thank you guys for watching, take care, and as always, stay Dandale, baby!